I'm good on this one. I think it's going to be close, but I reckon it's going to be high scoring but close. I'm going to say KR for this one.
It's a tough one to predict, this one. There's a few tough ones to predict. I'm just going to fancy Leeds by 6. Joe Wardle's out still, isn't he? So
he is still out, yeah.
Friday, 7:45pm kickoff. This one's maybe the easiest one of the round to pick, potentially. So it's got banana skin written all over it. Warrington host the London Broncos. I've gone Wire by 30.
Yeah, I think it could be 40 or 50, but yeah, I think there's going to be a Warrington win quite comfortably. Friday, 7:45 on Sky, it's Cass against Wigan. I'm going to say Cass at the Jungle for this one. Pick themselves back up off the back of their thing. Although, I'm now doubting myself, thinking, of course, that Paul McShane's going to be out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've already got enough half-back problems, haven't they?
I'm going to switch my prediction. I'm going to go for Wigan, actually, on the back of that. I think they just won't have the organisation that will be...
I'm doing the same.
Well, you're never going to tip against Wigan.
I was going to go Cass by 10, but you reminded me of McShane, and maybe Rankin will be back. It was a timely time to lose Ben Roberts, weren't it?
Yeah.
This week. I think it's a real coin toss game, this one. I don't think we're going to quite yet fully back. I mean, they battered Catalan Dragons, but Catalans fell away completely in the second half. There was a lot of decent signs, but there's still things in the Wigan game that need fixing up. There were still times where balls fell to the floor and they didn't set very quickly, not like Warrington and Leeds are doing, where they're getting ready to play again straight away, and things like that. So I think there's still bits to fix up, but yeah, Cass have got too many out. I'm going to go Wigan.
There we go. Also Friday, 7:45, Wakey against Huddersfield.
Real coin flip of a game again, this one. I'm going to go Wakey by 2. Danny Brough to kick in the Danny Brough revenge game.
I think it's going to be a Fafita Power performance, and we're going to get Wakefield by 6 on this one.
Saturday, 5pm, bonus Sky stuff. Catalans Dragons are back at home, so maybe a little bit better form from them on their home field, but they faced the unbeaten league leaders St Helens. So how do you think this one's going to go?
Well, you can never write off the Saints, as the saying goes, and so I think it's going to be St Helens by 12 points.
Yeah, look, the resting people in home games, I think they'll have all the big guns back out for this game. Saints by 18. Sunday then, 3pm, final game of the weekend. The Hull FC fans love travelling on a Sunday. They might not be creating the greatest of atmospheres at home for Lee Radford's liking, but certainly away from home they're a great travelling contingent. They'll be heading over the hills to Salford. Do you think they're going to come away happy?
Well, it's of course the Mackenzie family derby as well.
Of course.
So we've got some added interest in this. I'm saying Salford. I just think they've got that extra. I think because Hastings and the convicted spousal abuser are clicking well together, I think they've just got that extra bit of organisation, which is going to unpick the holes in Hull. Yeah,
I think one thing that worried me about Salford, they're on a 3-game losing streak at the moment, and we didn't really touch on this too much before, but Ian Watson post-game said in his interview on BBC Manchester radio, he said that one of the issues they've got at the moment is they're not being able to put 13 against 13 out on the training pitch. And that's kind of like the hidden thing in their thin squad. What we've been talking about is they can't lose too many of the frontline players, and at the moment probably you'd argue Sow and Mossop are big misses, but everyone else that would be first choice is able to play. But yeah,
and it's where you suffer from not having an academy as well, isn't it?
Exactly.
Because you haven't got academy lads you can bring in to stand in training, or a centre who could play up or whatever.
Exactly, but I just think there's a big turnaround in attitude needed from Hull FC, and last time I sat here on this show and predicted a game where a team needed a big turnaround in attitude, it was the Huddersfield Giants, and they pulled it out of the bag. But I still can't go against Salford, just because I'm enjoying watching Salford play. They might be losing a few games, but they're still playing great rugby league, and you want to support that. Whereas Hull FC had 2 games where they played fantastic, attacking, free-flowing, kind of the cuffs are off Rugby League, and now have stopped doing that again. So I'm no interest in them if they're going to keep playing like that. I'm going to go Salford by 14.
There we go. Elsewhere, Championship game of the week, Toronto versus Sheffield.
2 unbeaten sides. You've got to go that way, haven't you?
Yeah, and this one being held down at the New River Stadium in London.
Yep. Toronto are going to win, but props to Sheffield for getting this far in the season unbeaten. I think is kind of why they're getting called out in this one. Yeah,
I think Toronto are going to do this one. In League One, game of the week is Whitehaven against Hunslet.
2 of the contenders, isn't it? Hunslet are going really well. Took Halifax close at the weekend. Whitehaven just ran out of legs against Rochdale. 2 tries in the last 3 minutes for Rochdale, I think it ended up being. Oh, tough one to predict. I'm going to go with Hunslet.
I would say, I think Whitehaven. I think they've. I mean, from anywhere, it's a horrible place to travel, and I think they have got enough. And they'll be smarting after this week as well.
Yeah, I've thrown one into the rundown that I forgot to put in the rundown before. The Women's Super League is back this week. We haven't really given a. We haven't. I would have loved to have done some preview shows on the Women's Super League, but I'm really not able to at the moment, just because of other things going on in my life. So I've not been able to give it the attention that it deserves so far. Hopefully, once I'm moved house and project finished off at work and things like that, we can really dig deep in on the Women's Super League.
If you're involved in your listening and you go into a Women's Super League game, then do definitely pop it on the fan view and let us know.
And one that will be on the form for fan reviews is the game of the week down in the Women's Super League, Wigan versus St Helens, the reigning champions kicking off the season against their arch rivals. Will be really interesting to see what happens in that game. Some stars of the international scene as well out to play, so should be a good one.
Yeah,
that's on Sunday afternoon on the R League app at is it 2:00 kickoff? I think.
I want to say yes, but yeah.
Okay, excellent stuff. NRL Brit picks: Roosters versus Broncos Thursday at 8:50. You never know, Ryan Hall might play. You even more never know that what's his face, the young Newton Storm kid might play for the Broncos, but that's not going to happen this season in the NRL at least.
Farnsworth.
Yeah. Sea Eagles versus Rabbitohs Saturday at 5 a.m. Cowboys versus Raiders Saturday at 7:30 a.m. And then the Knights versus the Dragons Sunday at 9:10. That's where you can watch your British boys in action in the NRL. Don't forget, if you watch any of those games that we've discussed, they'll all be up on the Google form for your fan views. And if you go to a game that isn't one of those games, send it in as well, because you've got an option to put in anything about any game you watch this weekend, and we will talk about it next week for you. Right, we're almost done.
Good.
Let's wrap it up. SLP quiz. That's how we start the wrap up, Tim.
It is.
I've got 3 questions for you.
All right.
Are you excited?
I can't wait. Can't hide it.
Question 1.
Yeah.
Harking back to a topic in the news this week. How many of the England night squad was born outside of England?
Right. Am I allowed to get the squad and have a look?
If you want.
Okay.
I would have preferred, you knowing it. No, I'm joking. That's fine.
Right. So, 1 there. 2. It's at least 2.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
It's actually 3.
Go on, who's
so
my third?
Massimo Matango was born in Harare in Zimbabwe. Mikolaj Aleczki was born in Gdansk in Poland. And Cruz Leeming was born in Swaziland.
Ah, there we go. He was one I was sort of half considering, but there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Question 2. How many of the England night squad have played internationals for nations other than England? I'll give you a little clue. None of the 3 we just spoke about.
Yeah, although it would be good if Mikola Lejki did eventually get to play for Poland, because they're doing some great work to develop the game over there. A guy I used to play with, James Shimmick, has done some really good work about trying to develop Poland as a force.
Nice stalling.
And, trying to get them.
Yeah, multitasking, getting up on your Rugby League
I'm not.
project.
Yeah, no, I'm not, because that would take me too long. Right, let's have a look. So I reckon 3.
Yeah, 3 is the answer. Well, 3 by my reckoning anyway, as well, from the little bit of research I did last night. Do you want to try and name all 3?
Liam Sutcliffe.
No, he played for England.
Oh, okay. Harvey Livett.
No. But you would have expected him to play for Scotland at some point, right?
And the other one was going to say Don Manfredi.
No, none. Toby King, Joe Philbin, and what's his face Roberts. What's his first
Oliver
name?
Roberts.
Yeah.
Oliver Roberts, yeah.
Oliver Roberts, yeah. Who all played for Ireland previously.
Yeah.
Final question. How many times have Wigan nilled the Catalan Dragons, including this week? I'll give you a little bit of a clue for a range. It's more than 1. It's fewer than 10.
3.
6.
There we go.
6 times Wigan have nilled the Catalan Dragons. That's
impressive.
Yeah, Catalans do not like playing in the DW Stadium, no matter how many DW Stadium exiles they fill their team with. Okay, do you have a recommendation, Tim? I don't. I'm going to lay my cards out here. I don't have a recommendation.
I do actually. I'm surprised to go back on form. I've got a team-rated recommendation.
Shocking.
Yeah, I know. It's
everyone at home takes a shot.
Take your bingo cards out and mark it off. It's called Purple Rain. It comes from Bird and Blend Tea Company. It's a proper black tea. However, it tastes like Parma violets.
So it's not a proper.
Well, it is, because it's like, but it's also purple. It goes purple as well. It looks good. And it tastes good. Excellent,
good stuff, Tim. You've not let the people down.
I'd also say Line of Duty, which came back last night. Are you into it?
To me, it's a computer game from like 10 years ago.
That's Call of Duty.
No is the answer.
It's a really good twisty-turny drama.
Who's in it? Anyone interesting?
Not really. Vicky McClure, who's been in This Is England and lots of things. Martin Compston, who, although being
Martin Compston, the former Warrington and Wigan halfback, former coach of Blackpool Panthers. Despite being the most Scottish Scotsman,
does a very good sort of East London Kent type of accent in this. And Adrian Dunbar, who's a Northern Irish actor, who's been in lots of different things, and then they rotate guest stars for the different series. Lenny James was in the first season. Second season was Keely Hawes, Danny Mays in the third season, and Tandy Newton in the fourth one, and Stephen Graham is the main guest star of this season.
Right.
So it's really good. So it starts off sort of, you think it's mainly a police procedural. Neil Morrissey was in it as well. In one of the early seasons, but it's a really good drama, really well written, and it's. Did you watch The Bodyguard last year? It's the same writer.
Oh right, no, I didn't get on the.
You didn't get on that hype train, yeah.
No.
But it's well worth watching and getting into. I've been with it since the beginning, and I've just got Heather into it, so she's been watching a couple tonight to catch up while I've been doing this.
Good stuff. So, well, at least you had 2 recommendations, because I had now to bring to the table this week. Next week, Dom Hodgson, sponsor. Dom Hodgson is in the co-host's chair, so that's going to be exciting. He's actually going to make the trip over and do it in person, which is always fun, as well, because I get to see how genuine the laughter is. at my appalling jokes.